Alrighty, here's the intro video for a pretty unique property at Wilderness Lake. So this is right in the heart of the Ozarks, a few miles south of Winona, Missouri, which puts you probably about an hour and a half east of Springfield, Missouri, and west of Poplar Bluff, Missouri. So great area for national forest, rivers, creeks, hunting, recreation, building, of course. In fact, this particular tract has direct frontage on the Mark Twain National Forest, which is one of the reasons why it's so special. Um, it also has direct frontage on a private easement road, which is a good gravel road, and it has power. Power is right at the gravel easement road. I think it's on the east side of the easement road, but I mean it's right there if you need it. So in addition to all that, this property has access to the private lake area. Um, if you look at the map here, of course, this is the property in red, directly bordering the Mark Twain National Forest along its west side. And then there's a little trail that goes right into the easement area around the lake, which includes what we generally call Wilderness Lake. This calls it Nichols Lake, as many maps do, but you can go either way. And just a small private lake for property owners and their guests. Has bass, has catfish, and generally a really pretty lake. It's got a walking trail actually that goes around it. So you can get to the lake by taking that trail or by taking the easement road around and driving directly into the area that way. Don't drive directly into the lake. That wouldn't be good. But it's beautiful. The property itself, as we see, directly bordering the national forest, and we'll zoom out in a minute here and we'll show you that this touches thousands and thousands of acres of national forest. So not only do you have your private surveyed acreage right here, 4.411 acres, where you can build a home or cabin or have your campsite or whatnot, but you can literally go directly into the national forest, which is public land. It's for our use um, as an American citizen. But you can go right in there. You can hunt. I mean, camp, trail ride. Really cool. There's rivers and creeks very close by in the national forest that you can use. And why don't we first we'll zoom in and we'll look at this property. So this particular tract, this happens to be tract 31 at Wilderness Lake, which is a small private rural development with, I believe, 52 tracts. Um, a few of them do directly border the national forest, and this is one of those. We seldom have one. We seldom have a tract here at all, but we very rarely have a property at Wilderness Lake that borders national forest. So here you can see it. The driveway, it does have a driveway. It's got a building site that comes in here toward the middle of the road frontage, goes down and then up a little bit, and then you've got this larger cleared area, kind of in the center of the property, not quite. At one point, a couple years ago, there was like a very small cabin in this area, and a gentleman was either camping or living out here, really not sure, but um, that cabin is gone now. It was removed, and some of the stuff was up behind, like the wooden steps and some other stuff. You'll see that if you watch the ground video. So there is a little bit of debris there. Um, I mean, we don't think it looks that bad, but look at the video and you be the judge. Other than the clearing and the driveway, the property's basically wooded. You've got some natural clearings, and then as you go toward the west, you run into this big grove of pine trees right at the west side of the property. And if you look at the drone video, you'll see that as well. As you look over the property, it's especially because it's a wintertime drone video, the pine trees just jump right out at you. So you can see the hardwoods and then boom, these big pine trees. So I mean, you've got a good mix. You've got mostly hardwoods toward the middle and east side with a few pines, and then you get to that west side, and it looks like a lot of pine trees on the property. This little cleared area, I believe that's just maybe from when they installed a culvert in the road. I'm not sure about that. Um, but that's not a site or anything at that southeast corner. But yeah, gorgeous tract, easy to get to, private easement road just for property owners and their guests. So as we zoom out here, so this is the county road coming in. This is, I believe, County Road 580. When you get to the Wilderness Lake entrance, you'll see a couple blue gates on the east side, so you drive through those. When you come to the Y in the road, you can go either way, but much quicker to go left, and then go, I don't know, from the time you get on the private road to the property, I believe is about half a mile. You should see it. It should be marked with a sign, and print out the maps and photos and get the MapRight app, and those are all good ways to check it out. But you can also drive, just whichever way you go on the easement road, you can keep going, and you'll get to the lake and the lake area, and you can check that out. But it's gorgeous. We have seen huge deer in Turkey out here. It's just a great area for hunting. I'm going to switch this to a road map, and we'll go way out and kind of show you how this is situated in the Ozarks. And I'm actually going to turn those labels. Oh, they went away. Cool. Okay, so the closest little town is the town of Winona, right up here. Small town, but it does have a grocery store and gas stations and restaurants and that kind of stuff. That's about 5 miles from the property. If we zoom out a little further, there you can see the south end of Missouri here. Over here to the west, about an hour and a half to the west, you've got Springfield, Missouri, which is the largest city in southern Missouri. 20 minutes south of Springfield is Branson. You've got all these lakes. On the MapRight map that we're using, we have the layer turned on to show public land. So all this colored land is public land. So the green is the national forest. There are several huge chunks of national forest in southern Missouri, as you can see. The bluish areas, kind of blue-green or whatever, those are state conservation land. So the national forest is federal public land. The bluish, greenish areas, blue or blue-green or whatever, those are state conservation areas. So again, more public land. And then the purple areas are the Ozark, let me try it here, the Ozark National Scenic Riverways. That's a tongue twister for me. But that is set up around the Jacks Fork River over here, around the Current River, around the 11 Point River, and there's basically just more public land you can use to access those rivers and fish and float and kayak and canoe and all that good stuff. So when you come into the property, if you're coming from Springfield, just go east on Highway 60. You'll get to Winona. You'll be looking for Highway 19 going to the south. I believe there's a gas station right there, which is a good landmark. So go south on Highway 19. You'll go, well, let's measure it. MapRight does have a little measurement function, which can be handy. It measures it in feet, so I'm going to have to do some math here. Okay, so 13,000 feet. That's about 2.5 miles. And then look for the county road going east. On here, it's labeled as Forest Road 3169. Seems to me when we were out there, it said County Road 580. But look for that about 2.5 miles south on 19. You'll take that, and we might as well measure that since we're already here. This will be kind of a rough measurement. This drive through the National Forest is gorgeous, by the way. Very pretty. Okay. So that is a little over 2 miles. Okay, this particular map, I'm just going to point out, this is a little confusing because it shows this road going through the National Forest and basically to the north side of the property. That is an existing trail. It's not a maintained road. It's just a forest trail. It does not touch the property. It is just north of the property. You actually want to go a little further than that. So the trail is right about here, and you might see it. It's not well marked, and it's not maintained. So if you're in a truck, maybe, but it's not a great way to access this property compared to just going another few hundred feet and taking the actual easement road into the property. So there you can see where that trail comes out. It comes out north of the property. It does not cross your private tract. So, I mean, gorgeous tract. I wish we had 100 of these. We just have one, but it is beautiful. If you have any questions, let us know. If you haven't already checked out the full listing at InstantAcres.com, please go there. That's our website. You can see what's available and what's not. And if you have any questions, let us know. You can call us in the office or you can email us at sales@instantacres.com.